was impressive, but when you're giving up 20 offensive rebounds and making life hard for yourself, will your take up the game to just go up too much on the offensive glass?
I mean, there's a lot of things to take from this game and from this season and what this group has done. We have faced incredible circumstances, and this game is really a microcosm of this. We come in, we lose a player in warm-ups, and then we lose a player in the middle of the game. Usually we're a very good shooting team. Ball doesn't drop today, 22% from three on really good shots. Missed a bunch of bunnies. And some reason that I can't explain, only 10 free throws. We got only 10 free throws. So a lot of the stuff that are controllable for us, we did really well. Never gave up, kept competing, kept playing the right way, stayed in the game, and were one dunk that somehow doesn't get free throws and rolls out of the rim from completing a very nice comeback. So I'll take a lot of the good stuff that this group has showed me during the season, and this is what we're going to take into the postseason, because with what we faced to be there is something that we're very excited and happy and proud. That being said, to the beginning of your questions, you don't win with 20 offensive rebounds to your opponent. So this is something that we need to do better.
And how's Will at the moment?
Will dislocated his shoulder. That's all I have.
And that's obviously adds to the adversity, and you've talked about the adversity, and you've welcomed the adversity, I guess, in some capacity as well. This is just another one that you've got to fight through.
I mean, this has been the story of our season, and I think we've embraced the fact that when you face adversity and you overcome, it can take you to places that you couldn't get without it. And there isn't a situation that this group doesn't feel that it can overcome, and that's something that will serve us in postseason.
And Tom, just one from me, that dunk, that foul on that dunk? A little bit of 1 point ball game.
Yeah, look, I definitely felt like there was contact. I still thought I'd put it in. I don't know how it came out. It bounced out of the net or something. I need to go back and have a look at it. But, yeah, very close to being a good comeback. But, yeah, it's one of those ones I need to go back and have a look at that.
And Mody's mentioned the adversity. You were here when you had a different type of adversity, when you couldn't sleep in your own beds for 2 years.
I was here too.
Oh, you were here too. Sorry, you were too. And how have you sort of see it at the moment with just the injuries that you've had, but you just keep fighting, it seems?
Yeah, look, I've been around long enough. I've been
Have
through...
you?
Yes, definitely enough. I've been through seasons where, you know, you have a lot of injuries and things like that, and this has been it's been a doozy in that regard. But as we've said along, you know, injuries are a part of sports, and it is what it is. And we've had a good job of guys just stepping up when need be, and so yeah, we're prepared for anything and prepared for everything.
Yeah, Tom, this afternoon in the third quarter, Adelaide scored 21-12. They came out at halftime really strong at you guys. Were you surprised about the fact that they came to the energy that they did after halftime and got on that 9-2 run?
No, look, I don't think we came out in that third quarter and I don't know, they started off with, you know, DJ banked the three to start with, which gave them a boost. You know, Humphreys hit the three in that quarter as well, some stuff that doesn't usually happen, but you know, a team like that playing in their last game, you give them a sniff and a little bit of excitement, and they ran with it. You know, we didn't play a good game, full stop. Third quarter obviously wasn't our best either, so it was disappointing that we dug ourselves a hole.
Mody, Isaac obviously caused you a lot of problems in the second half. Maor did a great job defending him in the first half, really worrying him out of those looks that he'd been getting. What sort of changed after halftime in relation to the energy side of things?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the challenge of playing in a back-to-back when the other team's waiting for you fresh and ready. As the game kind of goes on, sometimes you see a little bit more fatigue. In reality, this was a good defensive game for us. We held them to, with 20 offensive rebounds, we held them to 76 points. They shot 36% from the field. I feel good with the way that we defended first shots, not so much with how we finished on the glass.
And for you, Tom, like, you know, obviously we're here in Australia and we we heard you this week in New Zealand about the finish to your career coming up and the regular season now that we're at the end of it. Some great memories of you obviously here playing in Adelaide down at the Findon Stadium, for an example, with your team and that. Is there anything that you can recall or any moments that for you will remain long in your mind for years to come?
You mean like here in Adelaide specifically? Gosh, like off the top of my head, it's tough to remember. I know we had a game here. I think we played Adelaide in the semi-finals, and I think we came in as the 4th seed and came in, was able to beat them in game 1 and finish off game 2 at home. We had a couple of good playoff wins against Adelaide. That one sticks out. I remember that game. We'd arrived the day before, and we used to go down to the park and play a bit of touch rugby just to loosen up after a long travel day. And I stubbed my toe and tore a tendon in my toe before that game, and had to try and play through that. So that one definitely sticks out.
So was that always Cedric Jackson hit all those 3 points?
I think he hit the 3s in the last game of the regular season for us to get in, and then we came back here in the first game of the semis and was able to beat them.
Mody, the finals computations, I mean, did that, obviously with Illawarra playing, did that have any impact before the game?
I mean, it's something that we know. At the end of the day, you control what you can control. So in basketball, that kind of boils down to possession. So you want to play the best you can every possession. And this is where our focus has been all the time. And that doesn't change when it's the last game or when it's the first game. So did we know that if we win by 6, we go to a certain spot? Yeah. Does this impact how we do things? No.
And obviously the scenario is much different now, win versus loss. How do you need to pick your guys up after that?
No, I really don't think so. Month and a half, 7 weeks ago, we all sat together in the room and saw where we were on the table and kind of detailed what the challenges that we're going to be facing are. And if we had a contract to sign back then with the basketball gods that we will be in the 6th seed and get to play in postseason action, then we'd all sign it. And we're very proud that we're in this moment because the stuff that we've overcome to get here was very meaningful. Just ask Adelaide. So from that regard, I really don't think so. I think we're excited about the opportunity to step in the ring one more time and throw our best punch. Thank you.
Sorry, Mody, I'll be quick with you.
It's okay, man.
You mentioned Will before. What about Finn? What's he done? The last thing you need is another injury to him.
Yeah, his back locked up before the game. Couldn't really get through warm-ups. Let's hope it's not serious. That's all I have. Sorry.
No, that's right. What about playing Sydney now? You had a great rivalry with them dating back to last season. It's fitting in some ways that you put your seasons on the line against each other now next Wednesday night. What are your thoughts on playing them?
They're an incredibly talented team with a lot of players who can impact the game in many ways. We've had 3 very different games against them with 3 different iterations of our roster. So yeah, we'll go back to the film, study, make our decisions, and enjoy the challenge.
Tom, I've talked to Mody a lot throughout the season about the challenges you faced and these sort of travel schedules back-to-back Friday to Sunday that you keep facing. You've had to deal with more than any other team in the league on that front, adding the injuries and everything else. How proud are you, despite everything you've had to deal with, that you've made the finals and then you're there?
Yeah, look, we've spoken about extremely proud. This looked completely out of the question halfway through the season, and for us to dig deep and put ourselves in a position to play postseason basketball, very, very proud of the effort of all the guys, different guys stepping up at different times when their number was called and when we were needed. So, a really good story for us to get there, but the story's not over yet. We still feel like there's more to give, there's more to the story. And we've got some time now to go back and regroup and get some guys healthy and come out and make some noise.
Mody, I know you hate talking about individual players, but tomorrow night at the awards night, would you expect at least a couple of your players to get some recognition? Or do you feel like they deserve it?
I feel a lot of our players deserve it. I also felt it last year, and they didn't get it too. So, yeah, don't really care, to be honest. The guys know exactly what I think about them, what I think about them as players, what I think about them as people, what I think about their contribution on the court, what I think about their contribution in the locker room. I think they know that that's what's important, and yeah, we'll go have a few drinks and some free food and get out of there as fast as we can.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.